After the death of a male member, the females are considered suitable to run their campaigns or enter politics. It's either to replace the lost father, lost husband, or a sibling that a woman would be considered as eligible to enter politics.
In 2016, we became the last country in Asia to have a compulsory quota for female representation. That quota is only for the local government, not the parliament. A 2022 IFES report said that 52% of Sri Lankans and 56% of voters are women. But in parliament, only 11 women represent the entire female population.
What we need to encourage more females to get into politics is political will from senior males in politics in Sri Lanka, which I see very little of. If you look at how political parties operate, there's very few women in the administrative structures of political parties. And that leaves women at a large disadvantage from the time they want to even think about pursuing a political career.
In Sri Lanka, most of the major political parties are run by men, and their central working committees are mostly men too. Even though the Parliament Election Act's 2009 amendment says that at least one woman should be in a leadership role, it's usually just the head of the women's wing. The lack of transparency when it comes to candidate nomination process, with most of the parties not revealing the actual criteria, women are shut out from the get-go.
I entered politics to continue the work done by my late husband, who was assassinated 16 years back. The people in the electorate invited me to continue the work he had initiated and also to take forward the work he was planning to do.
Every single milestone about the female representation in politics can be traced back to a relationship they've had with a prominent male politician. The first elected female legislator in Sri Lanka, Lady Adeline Mullamurai, contested after the death of her father, Meedeniya Adhikar. The first female prime minister in the world, Sirimava Bandaranayake, was elected to office soon after her husband, SWRD Bandaranayake's assassination. While these women changed the tide of Lankan politics, their personal tragedies became the price that they had to pay.
At the local government level, we've seen an improvement in women's representation since the amendment to the Local Government Authorities Act, where it went from 2% to 23.7%. At the provincial level, we are yet to see this since there was an amendment to the Act, but the provincial council elections are yet to happen.
Because of the quota system, research showed that women representation in local government level, which was about 100 in 2011, went up to 2,500 in the 2018 elections. The amendments to this act also increased the overall number of seats at the local government level so that those in office won't be affected. But this quota system brought in a groundbreaking number of women into the election races compared to the time women used to make up less than 10% of the nominated candidates.
There is a lot of research now to show that women who enter politics are competent, somewhat less corrupt, and bring a lot to the table in terms of collaborative energy. In terms of women in governance, the policy areas they focus on tend to be women related.
The way our electoral system works is much less about the actual reflection of the demographic of the area. Instead, it often focuses on pleasing the voters. With many of the issues plaguing the female population put on the back burner, isn't it high time we elect women who understand these issues so we can progress as a nation?
I think it's the collective effort of everyone as women, 52% of this population, to really stand up and ensure that women are also supported in politics, that women actually vote for women in politics.